In this moment of uncertainty, discover how to find stillness within the unknown. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart, doesn't flee confusion, it transforms it into profound wisdom. Feel the ground beneath your feet become the very foundation for awakening. Breathe deeply, let go of the need for control, and rest in the present. Share in the comments your current time, your location, and one simple reflection on uncertainty. Let this shared moment guide us gently into the next segment. Life often feels like standing on shifting sand, where the ground beneath us seems to dissolve with every step. We grasp for certainty, fearing the unknown, yet true peace never hides in the illusion of control. This very unease, this feeling of not knowing, is not a barrier to awakening. It is the very path. Uncertainty is not a lack of direction, but a gentle call to return to where we already are, the present moment. When we stop fighting the tide of uncertainty and instead lean into it with open awareness, something remarkable happens. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, begins to stir within us. It arises not in spite of life's unpredictability, but because of it. When we stop resisting and start seeing each moment as a teacher. Consider the story of a young monk traveling through a mountain village. One evening, caught in a sudden downpour, he rushed across a narrow wooden bridge over a swollen river. His heart pounded with fear. What if the bridge collapsed? What if the current swept him away? He stood frozen, paralyzed by the uncertainty of the moment. An elder monk, passing by, simply gestured toward the river. "Look," he said softly. The young monk saw the water swirling, yet the trees along the bank swayed gently with the current, not against it. The elder didn't say, "Don't be afraid." He didn't offer false promises of safety. He simply pointed to the river's natural flow, teaching that uncertainty is not something to be conquered, but a force to be understood. The young monk breathed deeply, released his grip on fear, and walked across the bridge with calm. The river's uncertainty had not harmed him. It had shown him how to move with it. That moment of surrender, of seeing the river as teacher, awakened his own bodhicitta. He no longer saw the river as an enemy, but as part of the unfolding path. Now, as you move through your own day, notice one small moment of uncertainty that arises. Perhaps it's a delayed train, a quiet moment of doubt, or a conversation that feels unclear. Instead of rushing to fix it or push it away, pause, breathe, and gently ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Not what will go wrong, but what can I learn here? Maybe the uncertainty of a missed bus teaches patience. Maybe the quiet uncertainty of a morning coffee teaches you to appreciate stillness. When you ask this question, you are not seeking a solution, You are opening to the wisdom already present in the moment. Bodhicitta isn't a distant ideal. It's this very act of meeting uncertainty with curiosity, not fear. It's realizing that every unsteady moment holds the seed of awakening, if we are willing to look. This practice is not about avoiding discomfort. It's about discovering that discomfort is not separate from your awakening. When you stop labeling uncertainty as bad or wrong, and instead see it as a mirror reflecting the true nature of life, you meet the world with a heart that is both tender and strong. You stop grasping for control and begin to flow with the current, just like the trees beside the river. This shift is subtle, yet profound. It transforms the chaos within you from a storm into a clear, calm space where compassion naturally arises. This perspective shift allows us to find calm within the chaos. It is not a calm that ignores the storm, but a calm that knows the storm is part of the sky. In this very moment, as you breathe, uncertainty becomes not a threat, but the ground beneath your feet. It is the invitation to awaken, to see that Bodhicitta has always been here, waiting in the space between what we fear and what we trust. Notice the space around you now. The soft hum of the air conditioning, the gentle weight of your body resting on the chair, the quiet light filtering through the window. This is not an escape from uncertainty, but the very ground where awakening begins. Fear whispers about what might happen tomorrow, what could go wrong, what we might lose. But peace doesn't dwell in that imagined future. It lives right here, in the warmth of your breath, in the sound of your own heartbeat, in the simple fact of being present.
Bodhicitta,
the awakened mind of compassion, isn't found by fleeing uncertainty. It blooms when we meet each moment not with dread, but with an open, curious heart. It is the choice to see the present moment clearly, without the veil of fear. Consider the tea master preparing for a guest. The kettle hisses. The leaves are ready, but the guest's preference is unknown. There is no future certainty, only the task at hand. The master doesn't worry about whether the tea will be liked or rejected. They simply focus on the water's temperature, the swirling leaves, the quiet intention to serve well. They meet the uncertainty of the moment with presence, not with anxiety about the outcome. This is Bodhicitta in action, cultivating compassion, not through grand gestures, but through the simple, profound practice of being fully here, now. The uncertainty of the guest's taste is not a barrier. It is the very opportunity to serve with open-hearted awareness. So let us practice this together, right now. Take 3 deep breaths, slowly and gently. As you breathe in, feel the air entering your body. As you breathe out, release any tightness. Now, softly name one thing you see, perhaps the pattern on the wall, the way light touches a leaf outside. Name one thing you hear: the distant sound of birds, the soft rustle of fabric. Name one thing you feel: the coolness of the air, the solidity of the chair beneath you. This simple act, seeing, hearing, feeling, is not just mindfulness, it is the direct cultivation of Bodhicitta. It is the practice of meeting life exactly as it presents itself, without adding the burden of fear about what comes next. In naming the present moment, we step out of the story of worry and step into the reality of peace. This is how we co-create our path forward, moment by moment. It is not about fixing the future or erasing doubt. It is about recognizing that within the very uncertainty we fear, there lies the fertile ground for compassion to grow. When we choose to meet the present with openness instead of fear, we are not avoiding life's challenges, we are meeting them with the courage of a clear mind. The fear that arises from the future dissolves when we rest in the reality of now. The peace we seek is not found in a life without uncertainty, but in the unshakable awareness of this moment, right here, right now. This grounding in the present becomes our anchor for daily practice. You've been meeting uncertainty with curiosity, not fear, opening the door to the present moment without fear. Now, as life's currents shift beneath you, you find a steady point within the very rhythm of your being. Your breath remains steady, a constant anchor when the world feels unmoored. It is not a thing you chase after, but a presence you return to again and again. Each breath is a gentle choice to step away from the future's shadows and return to this moment, right here, right now. When worry whispers of what might be, your breath offers a simple truth. You are already here, safe in the unfolding of this very breath. It is not about escaping uncertainty, but meeting it with an open heart, grounded in the simple act of breathing. This is the quiet power of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind, rising not from certainty, but from the willingness to be fully present within the unknown. Imagine a gardener tending seedlings during a sudden downpour. The rain falls heavy. The wind tugs at the young plants, and the path ahead is unclear. Yet the gardener does not stand frozen, waiting for the storm to pass. Instead, they pause. They feel the cool rain on their skin, hear the rhythm of drops on leaves, and take one deep, steady breath. In that single breath, the frantic worry about the harvest fades. The rain is still falling. The path is still muddy, but the gardener's hands are steady, their focus clear on the immediate task, the next seedling, the next careful touch. This is not avoidance, it is presence. The breath becomes the bridge between the storm and the calm within. Now, let us practice this anchor together. Set a timer for 60 seconds. Close your eyes gently or soften your gaze downward. Feel the natural flow of your breath. Notice the cool air entering your nostrils. the slight rise of your chest or belly, the warm air flowing out. There is no need to change it, only to notice it. When thoughts of the future arise, what might happen next, what you must do, gently return. Breathe in, breathe out, not to the future worry, but to the sensation of breath itself. Each time you return, you are strengthening your ability to meet uncertainty with unwavering presence. You are not fixing anything. You are simply being here, fully awake. This tiny act of attention, repeated again and again, is the seed of Bodhicitta. It is the choice to rest in the present, not because the storm has ended, but because you know, in your bones, that you are already safe within it. Feel the rhythm now. Breathe in, a quiet awareness. Breathe out, a release of grasping. One breath, 2 breaths. The timer is ticking, but time dissolves into the simple act of breathing. You are not seeking peace. You are discovering it in the space between each inhale and exhale. This is the foundation. This is the choice that transforms uncertainty from a threat into the very ground of awakening. The breath is not a temporary refuge, it is the living path. With this anchor, we can then extend our awareness to small acts of kindness. When life feels unsteady, when the ground beneath us seems to shift and the path ahead dissolves into fog, we often search for an escape. We grasp for certainty like a lifeline, only to find it slipping through our fingers. True wisdom, however, reveals that uncertainty is not the enemy to be conquered, but the very soil in which awakening can take root. This is the heart of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind of compassion, growing not in spite of uncertainty, but because of it. To cultivate this profound compassion, we must first learn to stand firmly within the very uncertainty we fear. Grounding is not about building a wall against the storm. It is about feeling the earth beneath your feet. Even as the wind howls, it is not a retreat from the chaos, but a deepening into its very center. This simple act of being fully present within the moment of uncertainty is the bedrock upon which all other expressions of bodhicitta are built. Without this foundation, our compassion risks becoming a distant ideal, a wish for a calmer world rather than a living presence in this one. Imagine a single pine tree on a rocky hillside, enduring strong winds. It does not fight the wind. It does not try to be elsewhere. Its roots are deeply embedded in the earth, feeling every shift, every pressure, yet remaining steady. The tree does not escape the wind's force. It simply is present within it. Its strength arising from that unshakable connection to the ground. This is the essence of grounding. It is not passive resignation, but an active, conscious meeting of the present moment exactly as it is. When you stand with your feet planted firmly on the ground, feel the subtle weight of your body, the cool or warm sensation of the earth supporting you. Notice the slight give of the soil, the unyielding presence of the ground beneath. Breathe in and feel that support extend up through your legs, your spine, your entire being. This is not about ignoring the storm. It is about discovering the deep stillness that exists within it. The earth holds you, not because the storm is gone, but because you are fully here, now, within it. This practice is simple, yet profound. It requires no special place, no long hours of meditation. It is available to you right now, wherever you are. If you are seated, feel the chair supporting you, the floor beneath your feet. If you are walking, feel each step, the connection between your soul and the path. Close your eyes for a moment if it helps. Feel the support. Let the sensation of being held, of being grounded, settle into your bones. This is not about achieving a state of calm. It is about recognizing the calm that is already present within the very act of being fully here. It is the quiet recognition that you are safe, not because the world is safe, but because your presence is safe. This is the foundation. It is the steady ground from which compassion flows naturally, without effort, without the need to fix or control. When you know this deep support within yourself, you no longer fear the uncertainty. You meet it with an open heart, ready to act with kindness. Now that we are grounded, we can explore finding calm in the midst of chaos. Having established breath as your steady anchor to the present moment, and grounded yourself in uncertainty as the essential ground for authentic compassion, you now step deeper into the heart of the storm. Chaos does not mean calm is lost. It means calm is waiting to be found within the very turbulence we perceive as overwhelming. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, is not a calm we seek outside the storm. It is the calm that arises naturally when we care for others, even as the world feels unmoored. This is the profound truth. The deepest stillness blooms not by fleeing the chaos, but by meeting it with an open, caring heart. Consider the old Zen story of the monastery during a fierce storm. Rain lashed the thatched roof, wind howled through the eaves, and the monks inside felt the tremors of the earth beneath them. One young monk, overwhelmed by the noise and the fear of the storm, rushed to the master, asking for shelter from the chaos. The master, calmly mending a robe, looked up and said, "The storm is outside. The calm is within you. Where is your heart?" The young monk paused, feeling the panic in his chest, then closed his eyes. He thought not of his own fear, but of the elder monk, of the younger novice trembling in the corner, of the animals outside huddled in the rain. As he sent a silent wish for their ease, his own trembling eased. The storm raged on, but within him, a deep quiet settled, not because the storm stopped, but because his heart had opened to the suffering within it. That quiet was Bodhicitta, the calm found not by resisting the storm, but by embracing it with compassion. So when life feels uncertain, when the world seems to spin out of control, and your own mind echoes with worry, pause. Let the breath soften your shoulders. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the steady rhythm of your own life. Then, gently, silently, place your hand over your heart and say, "May I be calm. May all beings be calm." This is not a wish for the storm to end. It is an anchor cast within the storm. It is the simple, radical act of choosing to care, even when it feels impossible. In that moment of choosing care, the frantic energy of fear begins to settle. The chaos remains, but you are no longer drowning in it. You are the calm water beneath the waves. This practice, repeated again and again in the small moments when traffic jams frustrate you, when a loved one is hurting, when news feels heavy, is how Bodhicitta becomes your unshakable anchor. It is not a distant ideal. It is the quiet strength that arises when you meet uncertainty with a heart open to others. You do not need to fix the world to find this calm. You simply need to remember your connection, to extend your care, and to find the stillness that has always been there, waiting within your own compassionate awareness. This calm becomes your compass. It does not promise a life without storms, but it guides you to move through them with unwavering presence. It shows you that true stability is not found in a calm sea, but in the deep, unshakable peace of caring for all beings, right here, right now, in the very heart of the storm. Life feels uncertain. The ground beneath us seems to shift, and the familiar paths we walked grow unclear. In these moments, we often grasp for something solid, something to hold on to. But what if the true anchor isn't found outside, but within the very choice to connect? Compassion is that anchor. It is not a fleeting feeling of warmth we hope for when things are calm. It is not a reaction to ease. It is a conscious choice, a deliberate turning towards the suffering of all beings, including our own. It is the quiet decision to see the struggle in another's eyes and feel the resonance within our own heart, even as the world trembles. This choice, made again and again, becomes the unshakable point within the storm. Consider the ancient story of a monk during a violent storm. The wind howled, the river rose, and the village was in chaos. While others rushed to secure their homes, the monk sat calmly by the riverbank. Someone asked, "Why are you not afraid?" "The storm is terrible." The monk looked up, not at the storm, but at a neighbor struggling to hold on to a child swept by the rising water. He felt the child's fear, the parent's desperate love, the raw vulnerability of the moment. In that felt connection, The monk's own fear dissolved. He didn't escape the storm, he moved within it, guided by the compassion he chose to offer. His calm wasn't the absence of the storm, it was the presence of connection within it. His anchor was the suffering he saw and chose to hold with care. This is the radical nature of compassion as anchor point. It grounds us not by denying the chaos, but by actively choosing to be present with the human condition, right here, right now. So, as you sit in this moment, breathe deeply. Let the uncertainty of life settle around you, not as an enemy, but as the very ground you stand on. Now, gently notice one person in your life who is struggling. It might be a friend with a heavy heart, a family member facing difficulty, or even a stranger whose eyes you've seen hold a quiet worry. See them clearly. Feel the subtle weight of their burden, not as your problem, but as a reflection of shared humanity. Without words, without effort, simply send them a silent wish. May you find ease. May the burden lighten. May you be supported. This is the practice. It is not about fixing their pain, but about anchoring your own heart in the recognition of suffering, transforming your own fear into a steady presence. Feel how this simple act, this conscious choice to connect, creates a quiet space within the inner turbulence. It is the moment the anchor holds firm. This quiet space, this unshakable point found in the choice to connect, is where true calm resides. It is the calm that doesn't flee the storm, but moves through it with unwavering presence. With compassion as our anchor, we are no longer tossed by every wave of uncertainty. We become the steady point within the movement, and from this rooted place of active compassion, we can begin to gently let go of the illusion of control, discovering that the deepest stability comes not from holding tightly, but from holding with open, caring hands. Life swirls with uncertainty, a constant current beneath our feet. The world feels unstable, futures unclear, and the mind races to grasp what cannot be held. In this swirling chaos, we often react before we breathe, tightening our fists against the unknown. But what if the deepest stability, the true anchor, lies not in forcing calm, but in a single, deliberate pause? Pausing is not losing time, it is gaining clarity. It is the space where fear dissolves and wisdom arises. In the pause, we choose to respond with wisdom rather than react with fear. This is the essence of Bodhicitta, the compassionate mind, made active in the very moment of doubt. Consider the ancient Zen story of the monk in the storm. A fierce wind tore at the temple roof. Rain lashed the windows, and villagers shouted in panic. The master asked for guidance. Simply sat quietly. He did not rush to fix the roof or shout reassurances. He closed his eyes, took one slow breath, and let the storm pass through him without resistance. Then, only after the pause, he stood and calmly directed the villagers to secure the beams. His response was not born of panic, but of the clarity found in that still moment. He did not control the storm, he anchored himself within it. The storm raged on, but his presence remained steady, a quiet mountain in the midst of the gale. This is the power we hold. The pause is not a retreat, it is the ground from which compassionate action grows. So, when the phone rings with unsettling news, when a sudden challenge arises, when the familiar path vanishes before you speak, before you act, before the old fear takes hold, take that single pause. Breathe. Feel the solid earth beneath you. Then ask yourself softly, gently, not what you must fix, but what is the most compassionate response? What action, born of kindness for yourself and others, would truly ease the suffering right now? This simple question, asked in the pause, transforms the reaction. It shifts the focus from personal fear to shared humanity. It reminds us that even in uncertainty, we are not alone in the struggle. We are connected, and compassion is the thread that binds us. The pause is not passive waiting, it is active, conscious engagement with life as it is, right now. This practice of pausing, of choosing compassion over fear, is not about finding perfect answers. It is about finding the stillness within the storm where wisdom can emerge. It is the quiet strength that arises when we stop fighting the current and instead, with one breath, align ourselves with its flow. The clarity gained in that pause is the compass that guides us through confusion. It is the unshakable anchor we cultivate, not by holding on tightly to what is certain, but by releasing the need to control everything and simply being present with what is. This pause leads us to the practice of releasing control. When life feels uncertain, that familiar tightness in the chest, the restless energy swirling within, many of us meet it with fear, trying to push it away or numb it. But what if we could meet this very energy not as a threat, but as a potent signal, as a natural current waiting to be directed? This is the heart of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind of compassion, turning anxiety from a storm within into a clear river flowing toward others. It is not about silencing the feeling, but recognizing its energy and choosing to channel it. Bodhicitta does not deny the turbulence. It finds the calm within it to act. This is the profound shift. Anxiety, that often misunderstood energy, becomes the very fuel for compassion, the spark that ignites our willingness to reach out. We stop seeing it as a barrier to peace and begin seeing it as the very energy that can help us connect. The practice is simple, yet transformative. When that anxious energy rises, instead of spiraling inward, we gently ask, how can I use this energy to help someone? not to fix the world, but to offer a single, present moment of care. This question is the anchor. It pulls us out of the self-centered whirlwind and into the shared ground of human need. Imagine the tea master in the old Zen garden. Her hands tremble slightly as she pours the first cup. A familiar anxiety rising from the pressure of the moment. She feels the tightness, the urge to rush or retreat. But then, she asks herself, how can I use this energy to help? She takes a slow breath, feels the warmth of the cup, and pours with unwavering care, her trembling hands now serving the quiet need of the guest. The anxiety didn't vanish, but it transformed. It became the very energy that made her presence deeper, her offering more tender. This is not about achieving perfect calm. It is about meeting the raw energy of uncertainty with a conscious choice to connect. It is about realizing that the very energy we resist, the energy of fear, of uncertainty, can be the energy that carries us toward others. When we ask that simple question, we release the need to control the feeling and instead release the energy into action. We move from feeling powerless to feeling purposeful. The anxiety remains, but it no longer controls us. We direct it. We become the calm within the storm, not by denying the storm, but by choosing how we respond to it. This is the power of Bodhicitta as a living practice, not a distant ideal. It turns the ordinary, unsettling moment into a doorway for compassion. So, as you feel the energy rise today, pause gently. Feel its presence without judgment. Then ask, how can I use this energy to help someone? Let that question soften the edges of the anxiety, transforming it from a burden into a bridge. Now that we are releasing control, we can embrace impermanence with grace. When life feels uncertain, when the path ahead seems shrouded in mist, it is easy to believe that true wisdom or compassion must wait for some grand moment, some dramatic turning point. But the heart of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind of loving kindness, does not reside in the distant horizon. It is found right here, in the ordinary ground beneath our feet, in the small choices we make without fanfare. Bodhicitta is not reserved for monumental acts. It is woven into the fabric of daily existence through the quiet, intentional threads of ordinary moments. A gentle word offered to someone who seems burdened, a moment of patience when frustration rises, a simple gesture of help extended without hesitation. These are the very building blocks of awakened action. They are not small in significance. They are the essential foundation upon which true compassion is built, one tiny stone at a time. Consider a simple scene, a person, perhaps feeling their own uncertainty about the day, notices a colleague standing alone, shoulders tense, staring at her overflowing inbox. Instead of rushing past, they pause. They say, "Would you like me to help with that report?" not as a duty, but as a natural offering. They make a cup of tea for the colleague, place it on the desk without a word, and return to their own work. This is Bodhicitta in action. It requires no grand plan, no special skill. It simply requires noticing and choosing to act with kindness, without a single thought of what might be returned. The intention is pure, to ease a moment of strain, however small. The act itself is the practice, the offering, the path. This is the practice we invite you to hold today. Choose one small, simple act of kindness that fits seamlessly into your ordinary routine. It might be holding the door for the person behind you, offering a sincere smile to a stranger, listening fully to a friend who needs to talk, or simply pausing to say, "You're doing well," to a coworker. Do this act with full presence, without expectation of thanks, reward, or even acknowledgement. Let the intention be the only currency. When we practice kindness in this way, without seeking anything in return, we begin to dissolve the illusion that compassion is something we must earn or that it requires immense effort. We discover it is simply a natural expression of our connectedness, flowing effortlessly when we choose to see others clearly. Notice how this small choice, made without calculation, shifts something within you. It softens the edges of your own uncertainty, reminding you that connection is always possible, even in the smallest exchange. The anxiety that might have clung to you dissolves not through force, but through the simple, grounding act of reaching out. This is the quiet power of Bodhicitta. It transforms the ordinary into the sacred, not by making it extraordinary, but by revealing its inherent sacredness. You are not fixing the world. You are simply being present for one small moment within it. And in that presence, the world becomes a little lighter, a little kinder. As you move through your day, carry this awareness. Let it guide your next small choice. Feel how the act of kindness, offered freely, begins to change your own heart. This daily practice of kindness, offered without expectation, naturally extends to being kind to ourselves. Life often feels like a shifting path, where uncertainty whispers in our ears and the ground beneath us seems unstable. In these moments, the practice of Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, does not demand grand gestures or perfect certainty. It asks only for our presence, our willingness to care, right here and now. True Bodhicitta is not found in distant mountains or perfect moments, but in the quiet, consistent choices we make as we move through our ordinary day. It is kindness, practiced not as a rare event, but as the very rhythm of our daily life. This is the heart of Bodhicitta, not striving for flawlessness, but showing up with tenderness, however small the act may seem. Consider this simple moment on a crowded bus. You notice a woman struggling to hold her groceries and a heavy bag, her hands full. The bus lurches, and she wobbles, without a word. You step forward, gently take the bag, and offer to hold it until she is settled. It is a tiny thing, easily overlooked. Yet it is a direct expression of Bodhicitta. It requires no special skill, only a momentary shift in attention from your own worries to the immediate need of another. This is the essence, kindness as the natural response, not the exception. It is not about being a saint, but about recognizing the shared humanity in every encounter, however fleeting. This practice begins with a simple, intentional act. Set a gentle reminder on your phone or within your awareness, perhaps each hour as the clock turns. When it chimes, pause. Notice your breath. Then, let a single thought of kindness arise, perhaps for a colleague who seems stressed, a stranger who smiled at you, or even for yourself in this moment of uncertainty. Then, let it move outward. It might be a small word of encouragement, holding a door, offering a cup of tea, or simply giving someone your full, undistracted attention for a moment. Do not judge the size of the act. Do not measure it against a standard of perfection. The only measure needed is your sincere intention to care, to connect, to ease a moment of tension, however slight. This is the daily practice of Bodhicitta, weaving compassion into the fabric of the mundane, one small thread at a time. When we practice kindness this way, hour by hour, we are not merely performing an act, we are training our heart. We are learning to see the world not as a place of threat, but as a field of connection. The anxiety that once pulled us inward begins to soften, replaced by the quiet strength that comes from reaching out. We realize that the uncertainty of life is not a barrier to compassion, but the very ground upon which compassion grows. Each small act of care, offered without expectation, dissolves the illusion of separation. It reminds us that we are never truly alone in our uncertainty, for compassion is the shared language of the human heart. This practice transforms the ordinary into the sacred. It turns the commute into a moment of connection, the workday into a series of small offerings of care, the quiet moments into opportunities to nurture kindness within ourselves and extend it outward. It is a gentle rebellion against the fear that tells us to look away, to retreat into our own small world. Instead, we choose to engage, to offer a thread of warmth in the everyday fabric of life. This is the power of Bodhicitta in action. Not a distant ideal, but the warm, steady pulse of care that beats within every intentional choice we make to be present for another. And as this daily practice deepens, it naturally unfolds into the next step of generosity, flowing effortlessly from the simple act of kindness into the wider offering of our time, our resources, and our presence. This daily kindness leads us to simple acts of generosity. Life often feels like a river rushing through uncertain terrain, carrying us towards shores we cannot see. In these moments, the weight of worry can make even small choices feel heavy. Yet true Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, does not demand grand gestures from us. It asks only for presence, for the simple, intentional offering of ourselves in the ordinary now. Generosity here is not measured in coins or goods, but in the quiet currency of time, the gift of undivided attention, the profound act of being fully here with another being. It is the recognition that when we offer our whole presence, we dissolve the invisible walls we build between ourselves and others. That sense of separation, the illusion that we stand alone, begins to soften with every moment we choose to truly see another. This is not about fixing anything, but simply about showing up completely, without the pull of distraction or the need to be anything other than present. Consider this: a neighbor tending their small garden on a quiet afternoon. They pause, noticing the delicate bloom of a single flower. They do not rush to photograph it or share it online. Instead, they simply stand there, breathing, seeing the colors, the shape of the petals, the way the light touches the leaves. They are not thinking of what comes next, nor of their own worries. They are fully within the moment, fully within the flower. This is generosity. It is the offering of their own awareness, their own stillness to the simple beauty of the present. It requires nothing from the garden, yet it gives everything, the gift of being seen, of being held in attention. In that single minute, the neighbor dissolves the illusion of separation. They are not apart from the flower. They are part of its quiet presence. This is the practice we can carry into our own days. It is not about finding extra hours, but about choosing 1 minute where you give your full attention to someone without distraction. Perhaps it is a child sharing their drawing, a friend sharing a worry, or even the barista preparing your coffee. In that minute, let your phone stay silent. Let your mind rest from planning or judging. Simply listen. Simply see. Simply be with them in the shared space of this moment. Feel the quiet power of that attention, how it creates a small, warm circle of connection in the midst of life's uncertainty. Notice how your own heart softens, how the tightness in your chest eases. This is the magic of generosity. It heals the giver as much as the receiver. It reminds us that we are not islands, but threads woven into the same fabric of being. So today, gently notice where you can offer this 1 minute. Choose one moment to be fully present, without the pull of your own thoughts. Let it be simple, like the neighbor with the flower. Let it be just a minute of pure attention. This is the practice. This is the unfolding. As we give our presence, We build something quiet but unshakable, a thread of connection that weaves through the chaos. A gentle thread of community support that grows stronger with every act. This quiet practice is how we step toward the heart of Bodhicitta. 1 minute, one presence at a time. Life feels uncertain. The world seems unsteady, and our own hearts may echo that tremor in this very moment. When anxiety whispers of what might shatter, the wisdom of Bodhicitta offers a quiet anchor. It reminds us that compassion does not require grand declarations or perfect conditions. It thrives not in the absence of uncertainty, but within its very midst. The antidote to isolation is not found in grand solutions, but in the simple, deliberate act of connection. Bodhicitta flourishes not in dramatic gestures, but in the small moments where we choose to see another human being, truly see them, without judgment or agenda. It is the quiet recognition that we are not alone in this uncertainty, that our shared humanity is the ground we both stand upon. This is the essence of weaving compassion into the fabric of daily life, not through what we do, but through how we are present in the ordinary. Consider the morning commute. The bus is crowded, a familiar hum of quiet exhaustion. Your eyes meet the gaze of a stranger across the aisle. They look tired, perhaps carrying their own weight. Instead of looking down at your phone, you pause. You hold that gaze for a single, unhurried breath. You offer a small, genuine smile, not a performance, not a greeting to be returned, but a silent offering of shared presence. In that micro moment, the barrier dissolves. The stranger's shoulders soften just slightly. You feel a subtle shift within yourself, a loosening of the tightness around your own heart. This is Bodhicitta in action. It is not about changing their situation or yours in that instant. It is about choosing connection, however fleeting, as an act of courage against the tide of isolation. It is the recognition that in offering a silent greeting, you affirm the other's existence and your own place within the web of life. This simple exchange, this tiny thread of attention, weaves a moment of community into the fabric of the day. It is generosity of presence, undivided and immediate. So today, carry this practice into your own ordinary world. Choose one person. It might be the barista preparing your coffee, the colleague passing in the hall, the neighbor walking their dog. Make eye contact. Hold it for a moment. Let your face soften. Offer that silent greeting with a small smile. Do not expect anything in return. Do not worry about whether it was enough. Simply be present for that one small moment of connection. Notice the subtle shift in your own awareness as you release the need to control the interaction, to make it perfect, to have it lead to something. In that release, you find the space where Bodhicitta naturally blooms. You are not fixing the world, but you are planting a seed of peace within it. right here, right now, in the space between two people sharing a single breath. This small act of connection, this thread of genuine attention woven into the day, is how we move beyond the illusion of separation. It is the quiet practice that prepares the heart to let go of control, to trust the unfolding moment with less fear. With this thread of connection, we can then explore the deeper practice of releasing the need to hold everything tightly. Life often feels like trying to hold water in cupped hands. We grasp at certainty, shape events to our will, and feel the tension when things slip through our fingers. This chapter invites us to gently release that grip. True peace does not come from tightening our hold on life's ever-shifting currents. It arises when we recognize control as a fragile illusion, a story we tell ourselves to feel safe in an uncertain world. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, cannot bloom in the soil of our desperate need to fix everything. It flourishes only when we loosen our fingers, when we stop fighting the river and learn to swim within it. Imagine a gardener tending a small plot. Early spring, they plant seeds with care, watering them daily. They watch the tiny shoots emerge, hopeful for a perfect, orderly row. Yet the wind shifts, rain comes unexpectedly, and a seedling leans toward the sun, not the way the gardener planned. The gardener could strain to straighten each stem, to force the plants into a rigid pattern. But they know this would only weaken the roots. Instead, they notice the tilt, feel the wind's direction, and adjust their watering schedule, trusting the natural rhythm. They don't control the growth, but they tend to the soil, the light, the water. The plants grow as they will, strong and resilient in their own way. The gardener's peace isn't found in forcing perfection. It's found in the quiet acceptance of the garden's own unfolding nature, moment by moment. This is not passivity. It is the deep, active presence of a heart that understands the garden breathes with you. Now, gently turn your awareness inward. Where in your own life do you feel the tightness of needing control? Perhaps it's the way you wait for a call, rehearsing every word. Maybe it's the way you structure a conversation to avoid discomfort. Or it could be the way you mentally edit your child's actions, trying to steer them toward your vision of how they should be. Notice the subtle tension in your shoulders, the quickening of your breath as you cling to the imagined outcome. This is the moment to practice. Take one slow, deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Acknowledge the need to control without judgment. Then, consciously release it. Say to yourself, not with force, but with softness. I release the need to fix this right now. Let go of the mental script. Allow the moment to be as it is, without your correction. It might feel strange at first, like stepping into unfamiliar water. the fear might whisper that things will fall apart. But in that release, you are not abandoning responsibility. You are returning to your true nature, which is open, responsive, and free. You're making space for the natural flow of life to reveal itself. This simple act of releasing one small area of control is not an end. It is a doorway. As you let go of the need to fix everything, you begin to see life not as a series of problems to solve, but as a continuous, unfolding dance. You see the impermanence not as loss, but as the very nature of being. The tightness in your chest loosens. The constant hum of worry fades, replaced by a quiet clarity. You notice the sun on your face, the sound of birds, the simple fact of your breath without needing to manage it. This is how Bodhicitta arises, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, daily practice of releasing the illusion of control, allowing compassion to flow naturally from a heart that is no longer clenched. When we release the need to control, we see life as it is, a flowing river, not a frozen pond. This is the true freedom that prepares us to embrace impermanence fully. Life often feels like standing on shifting ground, where the familiar path dissolves beneath our feet. In these moments of uncertainty, we cling tighter to what we believe must stay the same, mistaking stability for safety. Yet the deepest wisdom of the Dharma reveals that impermanence is not a threat, but the very nature of life that makes it precious. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart's boundless compassion, sees beyond the fear of change. It recognizes that the beauty of a flower blooming, the warmth of a shared silence, the quiet strength in a friend's steady presence, all arise only because things are in constant motion. To see this is to find peace not in holding on, but in flowing with the current. Consider the river. It does not resist the stones it flows around, nor does it mourn the leaves it carries away. It simply moves, embracing the shape of the land, the seasons, the sky above. The stones remain fixed, yet they are shaped by the water over time. The river's wisdom is not in avoiding change, but in being change itself. It does not grasp at the past flow, nor anxiously predict the next bend. It is fully present in each moment of movement, finding its purpose in the act of flowing. This is the essence of Bodhicitta, seeing the world not as a series of fixed objects to control, but as a living, breathing dance of connection and transformation. So let us practice this gentle seeing now. Reflect on a recent change in your life, however small, a shift in routine, a change in weather, a conversation that took an unexpected turn, instead of focusing on what was lost. Ask yourself, what did this change reveal? What new space did it create? What unexpected kindness, insight, or quiet moment of peace emerged because of it? Perhaps the rain forced you to stay home and read a book you'd neglected. or a cancelled meeting gave you time to simply sit with your breath. Find one specific thing you are grateful for in that change. Not for the change itself, but for the gift it offered you in the moment. This is not about ignoring difficulty. It is about discovering the unexpected grace within the flow. When we practice this, we release the tight grip of attachment. We stop fighting the river and begin to trust its movement. We understand that clinging to a particular outcome, whether it be a certain result, a fixed relationship, or a specific version of our life, only creates suffering. The river does not cling to the stones, it moves through them. In the same way, embracing impermanence as the very fabric of life frees us from the exhausting effort of control. It allows us to meet each moment with an open heart, ready to receive what is offered, without needing to force it into a shape that no longer serves us. This acceptance of impermanence is the quiet foundation from which non-attachment to outcomes naturally grows. It is not resignation, but a profound trust in life's unfolding wisdom. We release the need to control the river and find our own strength in the flow. As we move through life's unfolding dance, a gentle shift occurs when we stop grasping at how things must be. The uncertainty we feel, the fear of what might change or be lost, dissolves not by forcing control, but by understanding that our deepest peace lies in releasing the need for fixed outcomes. This is the heart of non-attachment, a profound freedom that is not indifference, but the quiet release from the suffering that comes when we desperately want life to be different from what it is right now. It is the space where we breathe deeply, knowing that the very ground of our being is already whole, regardless of the moment's shape. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart's energy, flows naturally in this space. It is the compassionate action that arises without clinging to how the action should turn out. Imagine a gardener tending a garden, not to force perfect blooms, but simply because they love the earth and the living things. They plant seeds with care, water with attention, and watch the plants grow. Yet they do not fret over whether the flowers will be large or small, early or late. They act from a place of connection and care, fully present in the work itself, without the tightness of demanding a specific result. This is Bodhicitta in motion, the energy of service and love, unburdened by the weight of expectation. It is not about doing nothing, it is about doing everything with a heart that is free, open, and unshackled by the fear of loss or the hunger for a particular gain. This practice is simple to understand, yet deeply transformative to live. When you prepare for a meeting, write a letter, or care for someone, set your intention clearly to offer your best effort, to listen deeply, to act with kindness. Then, after you have done your part, gently release the need for a specific outcome. Let go of the mental grip on how the meeting should end, what the letter should achieve, or how the person should feel. Feel the subtle tension in your shoulders when you realize you've been holding tight to the result, and soften that grip with a slow breath. Notice how the space that opens up is lighter, calmer, and more spacious. You are no longer fighting against the flow of life. You are moving within it, with the clarity that comes from not being attached to where it must lead. This is the freedom that non-attachment brings. It is not passive resignation, it is active, vibrant engagement with life as it truly is, moment by moment. We act with purpose, but without the suffering that comes from demanding that the world conform to our desires. We meet each challenge, each joy, each uncertainty with an open hand, knowing that the only thing we truly hold is the present moment, and that is enough. With this freedom from outcome attachment, we discover the art of surrender, not as loss, but as the deepest form of trust. It is the willingness to let life be as it is, trusting that in that very letting go, we find our truest strength and our most profound connection to the ever-changing, beautiful flow of existence. Life feels uncertain, and the mind clings tightly to what it believes must be true. We grasp at outcomes, fearing the flow of change, mistaking impermanence for a threat. But the path forward is not in holding tighter. It is in a gentle, profound release. Surrender, as taught in the heart of Bodhicitta, is not giving up. It is not resignation. It is the deep trust that life, in its constant unfolding, is already supporting us. It is the understanding that all beings, including ourselves, are cradled by the vast, compassionate flow of the universe. This trust is the truest expression of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind that sees no separation between self and all that is. Consider the simple act of pouring tea. The tea master holds the pot, pours slowly, without force. The cup is empty, ready to receive. There is no demand for the tea to be a certain temperature or to arrive at a certain time. The master simply pours, trusting the cup will hold what is given. The tea flows because the cup is open. This is the art of surrender. It is not passive. It is actively releasing the need to control the vessel, allowing the water to simply be what it is. We release the grip on our worry, our fear of what might happen, and simply let it flow through us, trusting that the universe holds the space for it to transform. The cup is empty, and therefore full of possibility. Now, take one worry that weighs heavily upon you. The one that keeps returning like a persistent shadow. Find a quiet moment. Write it down on a piece of paper. Be clear and honest. Then, hold that paper gently. Feel the weight of the thought in your hand. Now, with a soft breath, imagine offering it to the universe. See it dissolving into the vast, quiet space around you. Place it aside. Do not hold it. Do not try to solve it now. Simply let it go. This is not forgetting. It is releasing the burden of trying to hold it alone. You are trusting that the universe, in its wisdom, will guide it towards resolution or understanding, perhaps in a way you cannot yet see. This small act of writing and releasing is the practice. It is the moment you choose to move with the current rather than fighting against it. In that release, something remarkable happens. The tightness in your chest softens. The frantic energy of worry begins to settle. You feel a quiet space open within you. This is not emptiness, but spaciousness. It is the space where true connection can arise. When we stop clutching our own suffering, we become open to the support that has always been there. We are not alone in the storm. The universe, the community, the quiet strength of the present moment, all hold us. This surrender is the gateway. It dissolves the illusion of isolation. It reveals the deep, inherent support woven through all existence. We are never truly alone in the flow of life. This surrender opens us to community support in times of chaos. Life often feels like standing on shifting sand, where the ground beneath us seems to dissolve with every step. Uncertainty whispers in our ears, making even the simplest choices feel heavy. In these moments, the world can feel vast and cold, and our own hearts may contract with fear. Yet within this very uncertainty lies the fertile ground for Bodhicitta to bloom. Bodhicitta is not a distant ideal, reserved for serene mountain retreats. It is the living, breathing heart of compassion that chooses to act with kindness right here, right now, when the path is obscured. It is the recognition that in difficulty, we are not alone, and that our own suffering connects us to the suffering of others. We do not need to fix everything or have all the answers. We simply need to choose, again and again, to meet the moment with a gentle heart, extending compassion first to ourselves, for only from a place of self-kindness can we truly reach out to another. Imagine a small village struck by a sudden, fierce storm. The river swells, threatening homes. A young monk, weary from tending to the sick, hears a cry for help. A child has fallen into the swollen waters near the bridge. The monk's own exhaustion is deep, his limbs heavy. In that instant, the usual fear of the storm, the fear of failing, the fear of his own vulnerability could easily freeze him. But instead, he remembers the deep wellspring of Bodhicitta within him. He does not wait for perfect strength or perfect calm. He simply steps forward, his voice steady despite the wind, calling to others for help. His own hands reaching out to pull the child to safety. He does not see the child as separate from himself. He sees the shared human fragility in the storm. His action is small, yet it ripples through the village, reminding everyone they are part of a larger web of care. The storm does not vanish. but the fear within the community begins to soften. This is bodhicitta in the raw, unvarnished reality of difficulty. So when you find yourself in a moment of life's uncertainty, when anxiety tightens your chest or confusion clouds your mind, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself gently, not as a demanding question, but as a soft invitation. How can I act with kindness right now? This is the practical heart of Bodhicitta in the midst of the storm. It might be as simple as speaking a kind word to yourself in the mirror, taking one deep breath before responding to a difficult email, or offering a listening ear to a friend who is struggling. It might mean choosing patience with your own frustration instead of lashing out. It is not about grand gestures, but about the tiny, consistent choices to meet the moment with warmth, to remember your own worth even when the world feels harsh. Each time you choose kindness, you strengthen the thread of Bodhicitta within yourself, and in doing so, you strengthen the web that holds us all. This practice of meeting difficulty with self-compassion and then extending that compassion outward is not separate from community. It is the very essence of it. When we act with kindness to ourselves and others in our own small, real moments, we are weaving the fabric of community with every thread of compassion we offer. We are not building a separate structure. We are simply recognizing and nurturing the living, breathing web that has always been there, connecting our hearts. This compassion naturally extends to supporting others in community. Life feels uncertain. The ground beneath us seems to shift, and the familiar paths grow unclear. In these moments, we often turn inward, seeking refuge within ourselves. Yet the deepest wellspring of strength, the living expression of Bodhicitta, is not found solely within the individual heart, but in the very web of relationships that surround us. Community is not an external structure we build. It is the natural, collective expression of bodhicitta in action, woven together through countless small acts of care and presence. When chaos descends, it is not a sign of isolation, but an invitation to remember our shared humanity. In the midst of the storm, we discover profound strength not in our own solitary endurance, but in the quiet understanding that we are held and that we hold others. Consider the story of a small Zen village during a sudden, devastating flood. Water rose swiftly, threatening homes and livelihoods. Panic might have gripped the villagers, each scrambling for their own safety. Instead, without words, the community moved. Neighbors who knew each other only by greeting at the market now carried children to higher ground. Someone brought warm rice porridge to those shivering in the community hall. An elder sat patiently with a frightened child, offering quiet words. No grand pronouncements were made. No one declared themselves a hero. They simply acted from the recognition that this suffering was shared and that the natural response was to support the one beside them. This was bodhicitta, not as a distant ideal, but as the warm hand offered in the mud, the shared bowl of food, the silent presence that says, I see you. I am here. It was the collective heartbeat of the community, beating strong in the face of the deluge. This is the practice we are called to embody now. It requires no grand gesture, only the willingness to reach across the space between us with a simple, genuine question. Not a demand for solutions, not an inquiry laden with expectation, but a gentle opening. How are you holding up? This question, offered with open heart and without agenda, is a seed of bodhicitta planted in the present moment. It acknowledges the shared reality of difficulty and extends a thread of connection. It asks nothing more than to be seen, to be acknowledged in our current state. When we ask it, we embody the truth that we are not alone in our uncertainty. We become part of the web, strengthening it with our small, courageous act of care. This simple act dissolves the illusion of separation that fear so often creates. So today, as you move through your own day, pause for a moment. Let your awareness soften. Is there one person in your circle, perhaps someone you see often but have not truly spoken to lately? Someone who might be carrying a quiet burden. Let your heart open to them. Reach out with a simple question. How are you holding up? Allow the words to come from a place of genuine care, not obligation. Notice the subtle shift in your own heart as you offer this thread of connection. Feel the warmth of shared humanity, the gentle strength that arises when we stop pretending we are islands and remember we are part of a vast, supportive sea. This simple act of reaching out, this practice of asking with kindness, is how the web of community becomes strong. It is how we transform the feeling of being adrift in uncertainty into the profound sense of being held. It is the living expression of Bodhicitta, right here, right now, in the quiet courage of a single question. This support, this shared strength we cultivate together, is the very foundation upon which we build unshakable resilience. It is the bridge we cross together, one gentle question at a time. When life feels like shifting sand beneath your feet, uncertainty can pull you inward, making solitude seem like the only safe harbor. But true resilience, the quiet strength that holds us when the ground trembles, is not found in isolation. It is woven in the threads of connection, in the simple, steady presence of others who see us and say, I'm here. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, does not ask us to be perfect or alone. It asks us to be present, to care, and to let that care flow through us and out to others. This is how community becomes the living expression of Bodhicitta, when we share the weight of our uncertainty, not as burdens to bear alone, but as threads in a shared fabric of support. Imagine a small village community after a sudden storm. Homes are damaged, crops washed away. The elders do not gather to debate solutions alone. Instead, they sit together on the steps of the temple. sharing tea, speaking softly of what was lost, of fears for the coming season. One elder, her hands trembling slightly, admits, "I'm afraid the children will go hungry." Another responds, "I have a little rice stored. My family will share." No grand promises, no forced strength, just a quiet offering. A moment of vulnerability met with gentle care, in that shared breath, in that simple exchange. The community's resilience is not just rebuilt, it is born anew. The storm still rages, but the connection is the shelter. This is Bodhicitta in action, not a distant ideal, but the warmth of a cup of tea passed between friends. The unspoken understanding that we are not separate in the storm. So let us reflect gently on this. When you feel the pull of isolation in your own uncertainty, pause. Notice the small, quiet moments where connection is possible. Perhaps it is a text to a friend saying, "I've been feeling a bit lost lately." Or a simple, sincere question offered to someone who seems quiet. "How are you really holding up?" This is not about sharing heavy burdens, but about opening a small door for care to flow through. It is the practice of trusting that your vulnerability, your honest moment of not being okay, is not a weakness, but a bridge. When you share that moment with a trusted friend, you do not ask them to fix you. You simply say, "I'm here with you in this." And in that sharing, the connection deepens, the sense of isolation dissolves, and the strength of the web grows stronger. This is how we build resilience, not by standing alone on a high rock, but by leaning gently on the shoulders of others, knowing they lean on ours. This resilience, built through these small, tender connections, allows us to see suffering clearly and respond with wisdom. As the wind stirs the leaves of the ancient maple outside, notice how the branches sway together, not alone, but as one living whole. In moments when life feels unsteady, when the ground beneath us seems to shift, we often believe we stand utterly alone in our uncertainty. But look closer, breathe deeper, and see this trembling feeling is not yours alone. It is the quiet tremor shared by countless hearts across the world, a common thread woven through the fabric of human existence. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, does not ignore this shared uncertainty. It recognizes it fully, and from that clear seeing blossoms the deep commitment to care. It is the gentle understanding that when I am lost, so too are others. When I need support, so too does the world need my hand. This is the living truth of community, no longer a concept, but the very air we breathe together. Consider the Zen garden at dawn. A gardener tends to the moss-covered stones, not with force, but with patient presence. One day, a neighbor falls ill, unable to tend her own small plot. Without words, the gardener begins to water the plants, pull weeds, and place fresh stones where they were needed. Later, the neighbor, recovering, offers the gardener a cup of tea, her hands steady now. This simple exchange, watering, receiving tea, is Bodhicitta in motion. It is not grand gestures, but the quiet recognition that we are all tending the same garden, that one person's burden is eased by another's care, and that care, in turn, becomes a root for the whole. The gardener did not think, "I must help this person." They simply saw the need and acted, knowing their own well-being was tied to the garden's health. This is how community breathes, through countless small acts of shared humanity, dissolving the illusion of separation. Now, gently turn your attention inward. Recall a moment when uncertainty held you tight, a time of fear, confusion, or deep loneliness. Was there someone who noticed your quiet struggle? Perhaps they simply sat with you in silence, offered a warm cup of tea, or said, "I'm here," without expecting anything in return. How did their care shift the weight in your chest? Did it feel like a single thread mending a tear, or like a hand reaching through the fog? This reflection is not about the past event, but about the living truth it holds. We are all threads in the same tapestry. When someone's care helped you, you were not alone. You were seen, and that seeing became a bridge. Let this memory settle in your heart, not as a memory, but as a reminder of your own capacity to be that bridge for others. In this quiet knowing, the understanding that our uncertainty is shared, and that care flows naturally from that shared ground, we begin to see clearly. We no longer see others' suffering as distant or separate. We see it as our own. The veil thins. The person on the street who looks weary, the friend who speaks in a hushed voice, the stranger in the waiting room, each carries the same human weight we have felt. This is the clarity Bodhicitta brings, not to fix the suffering, but to see it with open eyes, and to know, without doubt, that we are not walking this path alone. With this clarity, we can then see others suffering clearly. When uncertainty feels heavy, when the path ahead dissolves into fog, the heart may seek something solid to hold on to. Yet true strength in this moment is not found in grasping for certainty, but in the quiet clarity of serving others, without a single thought of what we might receive in return. This is the essence of Bodhicitta, the pure, unconditioned wish for all beings to be free from suffering. It is not a grand gesture or a lofty ideal, but the simplest act of care offered freely, like a single candle lighting another, without expecting the flame to return. True service dissolves the illusion that we are separate from the world's pain. It is caring for the neighbor who carries heavy groceries, not because they might thank us, but because their burden is part of the shared human condition we all carry. It is offering a listening ear to a friend in distress, not to feel needed, but simply because their sorrow is real and we are here, breathing with them.
This is Bodhicitta in action, pure,
Unadorned, without agenda. It requires no recognition, no reward, no future promise. It is the quiet surrender of the self-centered mind that says, I must be seen or I must be rewarded. In this surrender, we find our deepest connection. It is the very ground of compassion. Consider this: a neighbor, tired after a long day, struggles with a bag of groceries. You step forward without a word, take the bag, and walk them to their door. They say, "Thank you," and you simply smile and say, "It was nothing." You feel no need to explain why you helped. No desire to be praised, no thought of what they might do for you later. The help was given, and that was enough. The act itself was the offering. There was no expectation, only the simple act of seeing a need and meeting it. This is the practice, not grand acts of heroism, but the ordinary, tender moments where we choose to see another's suffering clearly and respond without the filter of our own desires. Now, pause. In your own life, where is there a small, quiet moment to serve without agenda? Not for a future benefit, not for a sense of moral superiority, but simply because it is the right thing to do, because you see the need and your heart responds. Perhaps it is holding the door for someone who is struggling with a stroller. It is sending a simple text to a friend who has been quiet. It is preparing an extra portion of food for a colleague who seems weary. Notice the impulse to help, then let it flow without calculation. Do not ask, will they appreciate this? Or, will I feel good about myself? Simply offer the help, as naturally as breathing. This is how bodhicitta becomes real. It is not a distant ideal, but the space between your breath and the next moment of connection. When we practice service without agenda, we begin to see suffering not as something to avoid, but as the very ground of our shared humanity. We see the person in front of us not as a problem or a burden, but as a fellow traveler in the same uncertain landscape. Their pain is not separate from our own. It is the texture of the world we both inhabit. This clear seeing, the ability to witness suffering without flinching, without the need to fix it or make it disappear, is the foundation for all compassionate action. It is the moment we stop seeing ourselves as separate from the suffering and realize we are part of its fabric. This is the wisdom that arises when we serve without expectation. It is the quiet understanding that in offering help, we are not giving something away, but discovering the truth of our own interconnectedness. When we serve without agenda, we see clearly. And in that clear seeing, we find the strength to move forward. Together. The rain falls softly on the garden, a steady rhythm against the leaves. A person tends to the soil, their hands moving with quiet attention, noticing the way the earth drinks in the water. the way a single wilted petal rests beside a sprouting seed. This is not about fixing the wilted leaf or forcing the seed to grow faster. It is simply seeing the rain, the earth, the leaf, the seed, all as part of the same breathing moment in this stillness. The illusion of separation dissolves. You see the rain not as something separate from the garden, but as the garden breathing. This is the quiet clarity we seek when life feels uncertain, especially when looking at the suffering of others. Bodhicitta is not a grand, distant concept. It is this very wisdom of clear seeing, the deep understanding that all suffering is interconnected. When we see another person's pain, their tired eyes, their quiet sigh, the weight they carry, we do not see a separate, isolated burden. We see a reflection of our own shared human condition, a ripple in the same water we all swim in. This is not pity, which creates a distance, a them and us. True compassion, born of Bodhicitta, arises from the simple, profound recognition their suffering is not separate from my suffering, because we are not separate. The barista's exhaustion, the neighbor's loneliness, the child's fear, all are threads in the same tapestry of life, woven together by the same threads of uncertainty and longing. So how do we practice this clear seeing without becoming overwhelmed? It begins with a simple shift in attention. When you notice someone struggling, perhaps a colleague looking overwhelmed at their desk, or a friend speaking softly about a loss, do not immediately jump to offer a solution, a comforting word, or a fix. Instead, pause. Breathe. Simply notice the suffering present in their eyes, in their posture, in the space between their words. Feel the shared human vulnerability in that moment. See it clearly, without judgment, without the urge to step in and rearrange the world. This is the practice, to be present with the reality of their suffering. Just as you would be present with the rain falling on the garden, without trying to stop the rain or make the garden different. It requires no action, only the quiet courage to simply see. In that space of clear seeing, a deeper knowing arises. You understand that their pain is not a problem to solve, but a moment to be held with care, a moment that reveals our shared journey. The suffering is real, but it is not the whole story. The interconnectedness is real, and it is the ground from which true compassion grows. You don't need to fix it because you're already part of it. You are breathing with them in the same uncertain, beautiful, fragile moment. This is the wisdom that sees suffering clearly, not to be consumed by it, but to see it as it is, and to recognize the boundless potential for kindness that arises when we stop seeing separation and start seeing connection. With this clear sight, we can then act with compassion in action. In moments when life feels like a storm of uncertainty, It is easy to shrink inward, to see only our own confusion. But the Dharma teaches us that true clarity arises not from avoiding the storm, but from seeing the rain, the wind, and the other soaked travelers with tender eyes. This clear seeing of shared vulnerability, of how pain connects us all, is the fertile ground where compassion moves beyond thought into action. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart energy, is not a distant ideal or a warm feeling we hope to feel. It is the quiet, persistent impulse that arises when we see another's need and simply act. It is the energy that moves us to help without waiting for permission, without seeking gratitude, simply because the need is there. Consider an old monk in a rain-soaked temple courtyard. The temple bell, worn smooth by centuries of rain and hands, has begun to rust. Instead of speaking of the bell's need, the monk simply gathers his tools. He works quietly, polishing the bell's surface, removing the rust, restoring its voice. He does not think about his own comfort, nor does he expect thanks. He simply sees the bell's need and acts. This is Bodhicitta in the ordinary moment. It is not grand or dramatic. It is the bell being polished, the cup of water offered to a neighbor, the extra moment given to listen without distraction. The monk's action flows from seeing the bell's condition clearly, without judgment, without separation. He is not helping the bell. He is simply being present to its need in that moment. This is the practice we are invited to embody. Today, without expectation, without waiting to be asked, do one small thing that helps someone. It might be holding the door for a stranger, sending a simple text to check on a friend, or simply pausing to truly hear a colleague's frustration. The act itself is the practice. It requires no special skill, only the willingness to see a need and move toward it. When we do this, we break the illusion that we are separate from the suffering we see. We remember that our well-being is woven into the well-being of others. The action is not about fixing everything. It is about being present in the moment of need, allowing the energy of Bodhicitta to move through us. This simple act, done without calculation, creates a shift. It is not about the outcome, but about the intention to act from clear seeing. In that moment, we step out of the isolation of our own uncertainty and into the shared space of care. The bell is polished. The door is held. The word of kindness is spoken. And in that very act, we touch the interconnected nature of all things. We see that helping another is not a separate act. It is the natural expression of our own awakened heart. This single act, however small, creates a ripple. It touches the person we help, and in turn, that person's heart may ripple outward. The energy we send out, born from clear seeing and simple action, begins to transform the very fabric of our shared experience. It shows us that even in uncertainty, We are never alone in our care. The next step, then, is to see how these ripples connect us all. How one small act of compassion can become the beginning of a wider current of understanding. Life often feels like standing on shifting sand, where the ground beneath us seems unstable and the path ahead is veiled in mist. In this uncertainty, it is easy to feel alone in our struggle. Yet, within the very heart of this vulnerability lies a profound truth. Our acts of kindness, however small, are never lost. They create ripples that spread far beyond what we can see, touching lives we may never know. This is the quiet power of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind of compassion. It does not seek to fix everything or erase the pain, but it gently recognizes that in offering care, we become part of a larger current of connection. One simple act, like sharing a warm cup of tea with a neighbor who seems weary, or offering a patient word to someone struggling, becomes a single drop in still water. The ripples move outward, unseen but real, inspiring others to act with similar tenderness. The kindness multiplies not through force, but through the natural flow of recognition in shared humanity. Consider a simple moment in a quiet monastery garden. A monk, noticing an elder struggling to carry a basket of vegetables, pauses. Without a word, he takes the basket and walks with her to her door. Later that day, the elder, moved by this quiet care, stops to help a young child who has dropped her books. The child, comforted, then shares her lunch with a classmate who is feeling left out. Each act, small and ordinary, was a single point of contact in the vast web of life. The monk did not expect the elder to help the child, nor did the child plan to share her lunch. Yet, the initial kindness created a chain of connection that grew naturally from the moment of clear seeing. Bodhicitta, when lived in such ordinary moments, does not demand grand gestures. It simply flows from the recognition that suffering is not separate from us, but woven into the fabric of our shared existence. The ripple effect is not a theory. It is the quiet reality of how care moves through the world when we allow it. So, after you offer a kind word, a helping hand, or even a moment of patient listening, take a gentle pause. Close your eyes for just a breath. Imagine the quiet ripple of that small act. See it spreading through the space around you, the person you helped, perhaps sharing that warmth with someone else, or the feeling of being seen sparking a similar openness in another heart. Do not grasp at the image or expect a specific outcome. Simply allow the possibility to arise, like a gentle current moving through still water. This is not about creating a story of perfect results. It is about recognizing the truth that in offering care without expectation, we are already part of a larger awakening. We are not alone in the uncertainty. We are part of a current that moves toward connection. The ripples of kindness, when offered with clear seeing, multiply without effort, weaving threads of care into the very fabric of our shared moment. This quiet multiplication of care, this natural unfolding of compassion through simple action, is how we move beyond the overwhelm of suffering. It is not about ignoring the pain, but seeing it clearly and finding the space within it to act. The ripple effect of kindness is the path of Bodhicitta in motion, showing us that even in the deepest uncertainty, we are never isolated. We are always connected, always part of a current that flows toward awakening. This is how we learn to walk through discomfort, not by avoiding it, but by recognizing that within it, care is already rippling outwards. This quiet current, this natural multiplication of compassion, leads us to awakening through discomfort. When life feels uncertain, a familiar unease settles in, like a cool breeze against the skin. We might instinctively turn away from this discomfort, seeking comfort in the known. Yet in the quiet space of this very unease, something profound begins to stir. Discomfort is not an enemy to be fought, but the very seed of awakening. The gentle call urging us to grow beyond our current limits. It is the invitation to see more clearly, to move beyond the boundaries we have drawn for ourselves. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart-mind, is the wisdom that transforms this call. It does not shrink from the ache, but sees it as a teacher, offering a lesson in presence, in the very nature of existence. This is not about forcing positivity, but about meeting the rawness of the moment with open eyes and a soft heart. Bodhicitta reminds us that our shared vulnerability, the discomfort we all carry, is not a barrier but the ground upon which true connection is built. Consider the ancient story of the monk tending his simple tea bowl. One morning, he noticed a hairline crack, a flaw he had not seen before. Instead of discarding it, he held the bowl, feeling the subtle imperfection beneath his fingers. He sat quietly with the awareness of the crack, not resisting it, not wishing it away. In that stillness, he realized the bowl's imperfection was not a flaw, but part of its story, part of its journey. It was a lesson in acceptance, in seeing beauty in the worn and the broken. This is Bodhicitta in action. The crack was the discomfort, the call to awaken. The monk did not seek to eliminate it, he met it fully, and in that meeting, he discovered a deeper understanding of the bowl's true nature and his own. This practice begins simply right where you are. Choose one small discomfort you feel now. The tightness in your chest, the worry about tomorrow, the frustration of a delayed task. Sit with it for 1 minute. Do not push it away. Let the sensation be present. Then softly ask, what is this teaching me? Do not search for a grand answer. Listen gently. Is it teaching patience? the need for rest? The illusion of control? Or perhaps it is simply teaching you that you are alive, feeling deeply, right now. This minute of quiet inquiry is the seed of wisdom. It is the shift from seeing discomfort as an obstacle to recognizing it as a guide, pointing you toward greater clarity and compassion. This moment of awareness, this gentle turning toward the discomfort with Bodhicitta, is where the path reveals itself. It is not a path we build with force, but one we step into with quiet trust. The ripples of care we began to create in the previous moments, the small acts of compassion witnessed in shared vulnerability, now deepen into a profound trust. We begin to understand that the very discomfort we felt was not a sign of being lost, but the unfolding path itself. This awakening leads us to trust in the unfolding path of life. Life feels uncertain, like a leaf caught in a sudden breeze. We grasp for solid ground, yet the earth itself shifts beneath our feet. This is the fertile ground where Bodhicitta awakens. It is not passive hope, but a quiet, deliberate choice to trust the wisdom inherent in the present moment. When the path ahead dissolves into mist, trust does not mean ignoring the fog. It means recognizing that the very discomfort we feel is not a barrier, but the path itself unfolding. Bodhicitta is the deep knowing that all beings, including ourselves in this moment of uncertainty, are supported by the vast, compassionate current of life. It is the trust that the universe holds us, even when we cannot see the shape of the shore. Consider the gardener tending seedlings in a quiet garden. The weather is unpredictable, the soil is dry, and the harvest is unseen. The gardener does not fret over the missing rain or the potential for pests. Instead, they water the soil with gentle care, tend each sprout with attention, and breathe with the rhythm of the earth. They trust the process, not because they see the future, but because they know the seeds are held within the fertile ground, supported by sun and rain, by the unseen work of roots and soil. This is Bodhicitta in action. The gardener's care is not for a specific outcome, but for the simple act of tending, trusting that the unfolding path is already complete in its own way. Their trust is active, woven into every small, mindful gesture. When uncertainty rises, when the familiar ground feels unstable, this is the moment to practice. Do not search for certainty outside yourself. Instead, gently place your hand over your heart, breathe deeply, and speak these words with quiet conviction. I trust the unfolding path of my life and all beings. Say it not as a desperate plea, but as a gentle acknowledgement of the truth that already exists. Feel the weight of the question lift just a little. Feel the support beneath you, the connection to all who feel this same uncertainty. This simple phrase is not about fixing the unknown. It is about releasing the need to fix it and resting in the wisdom of the moment. It is the active choice to believe in the unfolding, to trust that the path is being walked, step by step, with all beings walking alongside you. In this practice, we notice how much energy we spend comparing our path to others, measuring our progress against imagined standards. We see the other person's garden flourishing and think ours is failing. But trust in the unfolding path reveals the simplicity of our own unique journey. It dissolves the illusion of separate struggle. When you say, "I trust the unfolding path of my life and all beings," you are not denying the difficulty. You are seeing it clearly, without the distortion of comparison, and resting in the natural flow. You are stepping into the spaciousness where discomfort no longer feels like a threat, but as the very texture of awakening. This trust allows us to release comparison habits and see simplicity. When life feels uncertain, the mind often grasps for a fixed plan, searching for a map to a known destination. But true purpose does not reside in that map. It unfolds like a flower opening to the sun, not in a predetermined path, but in the very movement of the present moment. Bodhicitta is this purpose made alive. It is the gentle, boundless intention to serve all beings right here, right now, without waiting for certainty. It is not a distant goal, but the quiet understanding that in this very uncertainty, we are already connected to the whole. We do not need to fix the storm to find our way. We simply need to stand within it, heart open, and discover what the unfolding moment asks of us. Consider the story of a monk who carefully carried a precious ceramic vase. One day, while walking, he stumbled and the vase shattered on the stones. His heart sank. He gathered the pieces, feeling the weight of his carelessness. Yet, as he sat with the broken fragments, he noticed the intricate patterns of the cracks, how light now danced through them in unexpected ways. He began to mend it, using gold to fill the breaks. The repaired vase was not the same as before. It was more beautiful, more alive with its history. The brokenness was not an end, but the very path to a deeper purpose, to create something that held the story of its fall, making it stronger and more luminous. This is the nature of the unfolding, the uncertainty of the stumble. The pain of the fall were not obstacles to be avoided, but the necessary ground for a new kind of beauty to emerge. So, when you feel uncertain, when the path ahead seems blurred, pause. Notice the sensation of discomfort in your body, the thoughts swirling in your mind. Do not push it away or demand clarity. Instead, gently ask, where is this uncertainty guiding me? What small present moment action can I take to be of service? To ease a burden, to offer kindness, even if it is just a quiet word to a friend or a patient breath for myself. This is Bodhicitta in action, purpose found not in the future, but in the immediate offering of your presence. It is not about achieving a grand plan, but about meeting the moment with compassion, seeing that the very uncertainty is the fertile soil where your deepest purpose takes root. The broken vase was not a failure. It was the necessary step towards a more radiant whole. Your current uncertainty is not a sign of being lost. It is the unfolding path itself, inviting you to see the gold in the cracks. This quiet meeting of discomfort with Bodhicitta reveals that purpose is not something we find out there, but something we embody right here, as we walk through the uncertainty with an open heart. It is the simple, profound act of being present for the suffering and joy of this moment, for all beings, without needing to know the destination. This natural unfolding of purpose, this deep trust in the present moment's guidance, dissolves the need to compare our path to others. It releases the habit of looking sideways at someone else's journey while missing our own. Life often feels like walking through fog, where the path vanishes at every turn. We clutch at certainty, searching for solid ground beneath shifting feet. This seeking, this very tension of not knowing, is where the true work of Bodhicitta begins. Bodhicitta is not a sudden arrival of perfect trust, but the quiet, persistent unfolding of trust itself. It is the gentle realization that we are never truly alone on this uncertain journey. This is the essence of Bodhicitta, the deep, unshakable knowing that the wisdom of the path supports us, even when we cannot see it. It is not the absence of doubt, but the presence of a trust that grows with each moment we choose to step forward, not away from the discomfort. Consider the old monk tending his small garden during a sudden, fierce rainstorm. The wind whips the leaves, the rain lashes the earth, and the path to the temple becomes a muddy stream. He does not stand under the eaves, waiting for the storm to pass. Instead, he gathers his tools, moves calmly to protect the young seedlings, and tends to the soil. He feels the cold rain, sees the chaos, yet his hands work with steady care. He does not trust the weather to be calm, he trusts the garden, his own hands, the very act of tending. His trust is not in the absence of storm, but in the presence of the work he can do right now. This is Bodhicitta in motion. It is not the belief that everything will be fine, but the knowing that the act of caring, of being present for the next step, is itself the path. In that moment, the storm is not an enemy to be overcome, but part of the ground upon which he walks, supported by the very effort of his care. This trust is a journey, not a destination. It grows not in grand declarations, but in the quiet choices we make when we feel most lost. It grows when we notice the fear of the unknown and choose to breathe instead of flee. It grows when we reach out to another, not because we feel safe, but because we feel connected. It grows when we acknowledge the uncertainty and say, I will walk this step with you. This is the heart of Bodhicitta, the trust that our shared humanity, our shared uncertainty, is the very ground of our connection. We are never alone because the path itself is shared. So take a moment now. Pause the seeking for perfect clarity. Look inward at the uncertainty you carry today. What small thing, what single moment of your own experience are you learning to trust? Perhaps it is your breath steadying in the storm. Perhaps it is the kindness of a stranger you encountered. Perhaps it is the simple fact that you are still here, still willing to try. Write that down, not as a promise of the future, but as an anchor in this present moment. Write it on a small piece of paper. Hold it in your hand. Feel the weight of this simple truth you are learning to trust right now, in the midst of the fog. This practice of writing, of naming the tiny seed of trust within the uncertainty, is not about fixing everything. It is about remembering the deeper truth that underlies all our searching. It is the recognition that Bodhicitta is already present within you, not as a force you must summon, but as the very ground of your being. It is the trust that we are all walking this path together, one uncertain step at a time. With this trust, we can then release comparison habits. We no longer need to measure our path against another's, because we know the path is unique and we are never walking it alone. Life often feels like a crowded marketplace where we measure our worth against the goods others display. We see someone else's polished path and feel our own journey seems lacking. A quiet ache of comparison that whispers we are not enough. This habit, however, is not merely a distraction, it is the very enemy of Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion that sees no separation between self and other. When we compare, we build walls of judgment, measuring our steps against another's stride, forgetting that each path unfolds uniquely, like a leaf on a different branch of the same tree. Bodhicitta is not found in the mirror of others, but in the quiet certainty of walking your own path, step by step, without the weight of comparison. It is the practice of seeing your life as it is, not as it appears next to someone else's. Consider a simple moment at a tea ceremony. You watch another person pour with elegant grace, their cup perfectly centered, while your own hands fumble, spilling a little water. The thought arises, they are so skilled, I am clumsy. This comparison creates a moment of suffering, a small separation in your heart. But then, you pause. You notice the warmth of the cup in your hands, the steam rising gently, the quiet focus in your own breath. You realize the tea you hold is not less than theirs. It is simply yours. The beauty is not in matching their form, but in the presence you bring to your own cup. This is Bodhicitta, seeing your path without measuring, finding fullness in the simple act of being here now. The tea ceremony becomes a mirror not for comparison, but for presence. When you notice that familiar flicker of comparison, the thought that someone else's life is fuller, their success brighter, do not judge yourself. Simply acknowledge it with kindness, as you would a passing cloud. Gently return to the anchor of your breath, the feeling of your feet on the ground, the task before you. This is not about forcing calm, but about remembering your own path. You might be walking a different road, through different seasons, with different challenges. Your journey is not meant to be a copy of another's. It is a unique expression of awakening, unfolding as it should. Release the need to be like others, and you will find the peace that comes from being exactly where you are, doing what you can, with a heart open to the present. This practice is not about ignoring the world, but about seeing it clearly without distortion. When we stop measuring ourselves against others, we step out of the shadows of comparison and into the light of our own authenticity. We realize that Bodhicitta thrives not in the pursuit of being better than, but in the simple act of being here, fully, without comparison. The suffering of comparison fades like morning mist under the sun. What remains is the quiet strength of walking your path with a gentle heart, knowing that your steps, however small, are part of the whole. Releasing comparison allows us to embrace the simplicity of the present moment. You've held your tea in your hands, feeling the warmth, the ordinary moment fully present. Now, notice the quiet that follows, not the absence of sound, but the space between sounds where the world breathes. This is where Bodhicitta, the awakened heart, truly lives, not only in the grand gestures of service, but in these quiet moments of stillness. Often we mistake Bodhicitta for something loud, something we must do, but it is also the gentle invitation to simply be in the stillness. The noise of comparison fades. The frantic need to measure our path against others dissolves like mist at dawn. What remains is the quiet wisdom of the universe whispering through the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of a car, the rhythm of your own breath. You hear not just sounds, but the interconnectedness of all things, the way the wind moves the trees, the way the earth holds the rain, the way your own heart beats in harmony with the world. This is not passive waiting, it is active presence, a deep listening that awakens compassion. You are not separate from the sound of rain on the window, the creak of the floorboard, the soft sigh of the wind. You are part of the listening itself. Imagine sitting by a window on a quiet afternoon. Rain falls softly on the leaves outside. You don't try to capture the sound or judge it as pleasant or noisy. You simply let it be, the gentle patter, the drip from a branch, the pause between drops. In that space, you might feel a shift. The tightness in your chest eases. The question of whether you're doing enough or being enough simply falls away. You are simply here, listening. And in that listening, you remember your true nature, open, clear, and whole. This is Bodhicitta in its purest form. It is not something you achieve, it is something you realize right here, right now, in the quiet. So take a gentle invitation today. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Not to fix anything. Not to find anything, just to be present. Let the sounds come and go, the hum of the refrigerator, the distant laughter, the silence between moments. Listen without labeling. Don't decide if it's good or bad. Just hear it as it is. Notice how the mind wants to pull you into stories about the sounds, about how you should feel, but gently return to the sound itself. Let the sound be the anchor. This simple practice is not escape, it is deep engagement. It is training the heart to rest in the present, to find peace not in the absence of noise, but in the clarity of attention. This stillness cultivates the ability to be present with pain, not by avoiding it, but by meeting it with the same open-hearted listening that hears the rain on the leaves. The quiet moments are not empty. They are full of wisdom, waiting to be heard. And in hearing them, you step more fully into the boundless compassion of Bodhicitta. When life feels like a storm of uncertainty, with waves of worry crashing against the shore of your days, it's easy to believe stillness must mean the storm has passed. But true stillness is not the absence of wind or rain. It is the deep, quiet knowing that remains within you, even as the world whirls around. Bodhicitta, the awakened heart's boundless compassion, is this very stillness. It is not a distant state reserved for moments of calm, but the unshakable calm that holds you steady when chaos swirls. This is not about denying the storm's power, but about discovering the deep, quiet ground within yourself that the storm cannot touch. Imagine an old monk sitting beneath a tree as a fierce wind howls. Branches snapping, rain lashing the earth. A traveler, drenched and frantic, rushes to him, shouting about the danger, the loss of his home, the uncertainty of the path ahead. The monk simply looks up, meets the traveler's eyes with gentle calm, and says, "The wind is loud, but the tree remains rooted." He does not dismiss the storm or the traveler's fear. He does not promise the wind will stop. He simply is present. His own stillness, a quiet anchor in the midst of the chaos. This is Bodhicitta in action, not a grand gesture, but the simple, unwavering presence that sees the storm without being swept away by it. It is the heart that knows, even in the deepest turmoil, that you are already whole. So when the next wave of stress rises, when the phone rings with unsettling news, when your mind races with what-ifs, do not chase the storm away. Instead, pause. For just 30 seconds, let your awareness settle into the quiet truth of your body. Feel the soles of your feet meeting the floor, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the soft weight of your breath moving through your ribs. Notice the sensations without judgment, the cool air, the steady rhythm, the simple fact of being here, now. This is not about emptying your mind, but about finding your center within the feeling. In that small space of embodied calm, you touch bodhicitta not as an idea, but as a living truth you can feel in your bones. You realize the storm is real, but your stillness is realer. This practice is not about becoming detached or ignoring life's pain. It is about meeting life as it is, without resistance, without the exhausting need to compare your storm to someone else's. You are not failing because the wind is strong. You are not alone because the path is unclear. In this quiet anchoring, you discover that your true nature is not the storm, but the vast, open sky that holds the storm. The comparison that once drained your peace, wondering if others have calmer days, if their path is easier, dissolves because you know your own stillness is always available, right here, right now. With this stillness, we can then be present with pain without resistance. The storm may rage, but your heart remains open, clear, and unshaken. This is the quiet power of Bodhicitta, the calm that meets chaos, not with fear, but with the deep, simple knowing that you are already home. In the midst of swirling uncertainty, when the world feels unmoored and comparisons pull us into restless spirals, a simple truth remains: presence is the anchor we can always return to. It is not a destination reached through effort, but the natural state of being when we release the need to measure, judge, or escape.
Bodhicitta.
The awakened heart of compassion is not found in distant ideals or heroic acts. It is revealed in the quiet courage of showing up fully, exactly as we are, right here and now. This is the gift we offer ourselves when we stop chasing peace and begin to inhabit the stillness within. And it is the gift we offer others when we lay down our distractions and truly see them. Consider a simple moment. A mother sits with her young child on a sunlit porch. The child chatters about a beetle they saw, pointing with a small finger. The mother does not glance at her phone, does not plan the next task, does not mentally compare this moment to others. She simply listens, her eyes meeting the child's, her breath steady. In that space, the child feels seen, known, and safe. The mother feels the weight of the world lift, not because she solved anything, but because she was fully here. This is Bodhicitta in action, a heart opening without condition, a gift freely given in the ordinary now. It requires no special circumstances, only the willingness to be present without agenda. When life feels uncertain, we often turn inward with anxiety or outward with distraction. We compare our struggles to others' apparent ease, deepening our sense of isolation. But presence dissolves that comparison. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, for in the act of being fully here with another, we recognize our shared humanity. That person across from you, even in silence, is part of the same vast, interconnected web. offering your full presence, truly hearing their words, noticing the small shifts in their expression becomes an act of radical compassion. It is not about fixing anything, it is about honoring the sacred reality of this moment together. So today, choose one person. It could be a partner, a friend, a child, or even a stranger in line. Pause. Take one deep, slow breath. Let go of the thought of what you will say next or how this moment should be. Simply be there. Notice the warmth of their voice, the rhythm of their breathing, the space between words. Let your attention rest gently on them, without the need to fill it. This is your practice. This is the gift you give. Not a grand gesture, but the quiet, profound offering of your entire being to another human, right now. In this simple act, the heart opens. The walls we build around ourselves dissolve, and we remember we are not separate. We are part of the flow, part of the breath of the world. The uncertainty does not vanish, but within it, we find a deep, unshakable peace. This presence, the quiet, unwavering attention we give to life as it is the living expression of Bodhicitta. It is the final, essential integration of the path we have walked, where stillness meets action, where compassion becomes our natural state. This is how we meet the world, not with fear, but with the open-hearted gift of being fully here. You have already discovered the deep calm within, the unshakable stillness that holds you steady through life's shifting tides. Now, as uncertainty whispers through your days or pain tightens its grip, remember this truth: pain itself is inevitable, woven into the fabric of human experience. But the suffering that follows, the sharp ache of resistance, the frantic struggle to push it away, this is optional. It is not the pain that binds you, but your refusal to meet it with open hands. True presence is not the absence of pain, but the quiet courage to be with it, exactly as it is, without adding the weight of "this should not be." This is where Bodhicitta, the awakened heart of compassion, begins to bloom. It is not a distant ideal, but the natural compassion that arises when we stop fighting the storm and simply meet the rain with tenderness. Consider the old Zen story of the monk who found a sparrow with a broken wing. Instead of hurrying to fix it or turning away from its fragile suffering, he sat quietly beside it. His hands were steady, his breath slow, his mind clear. He did not say, "Why must this happen?" or "I cannot bear this." He simply held space for the bird's pain, feeling its tremors in his own heart. He did not try to remove the pain, but met it with unwavering attention. In that moment, without effort, compassion became his only action. The sparrow did not heal instantly, but the monk's presence became a gentle shelter for its suffering. This is Bodhicitta, the recognition that in meeting pain with openness, we are not alone. And in that recognition, the very source of our own compassion is awakened. So when the familiar sting of anxiety or grief rises within you, when the body tightens or the mind races with what if, pause. Breathe deeply into the place of tension. Let your breath soften the edges of the pain, just as water smooths a stone. And softly, with the gentleness you'd offer a friend, say to yourself, I am here with you. Not, I will make this pain go away, but simply, I am here with you. This small phrase dissolves the isolation that fuels suffering. It is not about fixing anything, but about showing up fully for the raw, tender truth of your experience. In that moment of pure presence, the pain no longer feels like an enemy to be conquered, but a teacher whispering of our shared humanity. You are not separate from the ache. You are the space that holds it. This practice is not about becoming stronger or more resilient. It is about remembering your innate capacity to hold what is true without flinching. It is the quiet revolution of choosing presence over resistance, one breath at a time. When you say, I am here with you, you are not just speaking to the pain within you. You are honoring the entire human condition that aches and hopes, fears and loves. The resistance that once turned pain into suffering begins to melt, revealing the boundless compassion already waiting within. This presence transforms pain into a teacher of compassion. It shows us that the very thing we fear most, the pain we try to escape, is the path to meeting ourselves and all beings with deeper tenderness. And so we gently turn toward the next step, where this transformed pain becomes the ground from which true wisdom and boundless care naturally grow. Life often feels like walking through shifting sand, where the ground beneath us seems to dissolve with each step. Uncertainty can make pain feel sharp and isolating, a heavy stone in the chest that whispers we are alone in our struggle. Yet within this very ache, there lies a quiet invitation, a profound truth of the Dharma. Pain need not be a dead end. It can become the fertile ground where compassion takes root. This is the alchemy of Bodhicitta, the awakened heart's intention to alleviate suffering for all beings. It is not about denying the pain, but about recognizing that the very sensation of hurt, when met with presence, carries within it the seed of connection. Bodhicitta transforms the raw edge of suffering into the gentle wisdom of understanding. It is the shift from "this pain is happening to me" to "this pain is part of the human condition, and I can hold it with tenderness." Consider the story of a young monk in a mountain monastery. He carried heavy loads of firewood up steep paths each morning, his back growing increasingly stiff and aching with every step. One day, the pain became so sharp he could barely stand. Instead of pushing through or complaining, he paused, felt the deep ache in his muscles, and simply sat with it. in that stillness. He noticed how his own discomfort mirrored the weary shoulders of the villagers who carried water from distant wells, their faces etched with the same quiet strain. The ache in his back didn't vanish, but it shifted. It became a bridge. He began to notice the burden others carried, to offer a helping hand without being asked, to speak softly to those who seemed burdened by silence. His pain had not disappeared, but it had transformed. It had become the very thing that opened his heart to the pain of others. This is Bodhicitta in action. The recognition that our suffering is not separate from the suffering of the world, and that meeting our own pain with awareness is the first step toward relieving the pain we see in others. Now, gently bring to mind a moment when you felt deeply hurt or uncertain. It might be a time of loss, a wound from words spoken in anger, or a period of profound loneliness. Do not dwell on the sharpness of the memory. Instead, simply notice the feeling in your body as you recall it. Now, ask yourself with kindness, how did that experience shape me? Did it teach me to listen more deeply to another's quiet pain? Did it make me pause before speaking harshly? Did it soften my heart towards someone else who was struggling? Perhaps you noticed yourself offering a small gesture of comfort to a friend who was grieving, or you found yourself more patient with a child's tears. That moment of noticing your own compassion arising from the pain is the alchemy at work. It is Bodhicitta awakening within you, turning the lead of suffering into the gold of empathy. You did not create the pain, but you can choose to let it become a teacher. This practice is not about fixing the past or erasing the hurt. It is about recognizing that the pain we carry has already done its work within us. It has made us more aware, more tender, more capable of seeing the world through eyes that have known the weight of the stone. When we reflect on how our own suffering has deepened our compassion, we begin to understand that the path is not to avoid the ache, but to let it guide us toward connection. The transformation is not a grand event, but a quiet unfolding moment by moment, as we choose to meet life's uncertainty not with fear, but with the warm, steady light of Bodhicitta. This transformation leads us to the courage to feel. Life feels uncertain. The ground beneath us seems to shift, and the future holds shadows we cannot see. In this trembling space, it is easy to turn away from the ache within, to build walls against the pain we carry and the pain we see in others. But true courage does not mean the absence of fear or the denial of pain. It means feeling the fear fully, sitting with the ache without flinching, and choosing to act anyway. This is the heart of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind of compassion. Bodhicitta is not a distant ideal. It is the quiet, fierce courage to feel deeply, to meet our own suffering and the suffering of the world with open heart, without turning away. It transforms the raw sting of pain into the fertile ground for compassion. Imagine a gardener kneeling in the rain, tending a wounded sapling The storm has broken branches, soaked the earth, and left the young tree trembling. The gardener does not say, "This is too hard, I will not look." They see the broken branch, feel the chill of the rain on their own skin, and gently bind the wound. They do not deny the storm's violence, they meet it with care. This is the essence of Bodhicitta. It is not about fixing everything instantly, but about the profound choice to be present with the brokenness, both in the tree and within ourselves, without judgment. It is the courage to say, "This hurts," and then to reach out, to hold, to heal as we can, moment by moment. So today, as you sit quietly, notice one feeling you have been avoiding. Perhaps it is the sharp pang of loneliness, the heavy weight of regret, or the quiet fear of not being enough. Do not chase it away. Do not analyze it. Simply acknowledge its presence. Say softly, "I feel this. It is here." Then, sit with it for just a moment. Breathe into the space it occupies. Feel the tightness in your chest, the warmth behind your eyes, the way it moves through you like a current. Do not try to change it. Do not push it away. Simply be with it, as the gardener is with the wounded sapling. This simple act of acknowledgement is the first step of Bodhicitta. It is the courage to feel, the beginning of transformation. You are not alone in this feeling, and your willingness to meet it with tenderness is the very path of awakening. This practice is not about becoming fearless. It is about discovering that fear and pain can be held within a heart that is open and willing to act. When we stop resisting the ache, when we allow ourselves to truly feel the weight of our own experience and the weight of the world's suffering, the ache itself begins to soften. It no longer isolates us. It connects us. The fear we feel for our own uncertainty becomes the same fear we feel for the child in the street, for the elder alone in their room, for the earth scarred by our hands. In that moment of shared feeling, the barrier between self and other dissolves. The pain we once carried alone becomes the bridge we walk across together. With this courage to feel, we no longer see life's uncertainty as a threat to be avoided. We see it as the very ground upon which Bodhicitta grows. We begin to integrate this awakened compassion into every moment, every breath, every interaction. The path of transformation is not found in the absence of pain, but in the courage to feel it deeply, and then to act with love from that place of felt connection. This is how we transform the ache into a path. This is how we walk the path of compassion, one felt moment at a time. Life often feels like walking through fog, uncertain of the path ahead, where every step carries the weight of what might be lost or broken. In these moments, pain can feel like an enemy, a sharp reminder of how fragile everything is. But what if we could see it differently? What if pain, instead of being something to escape, was actually a quiet teacher standing right beside us, holding a mirror to our deepest need for healing. This is the heart of Bodhicitta, the awakened mind that transforms suffering not by avoiding it, but by learning from its very presence. Pain is not an obstacle to compassion. It is the very soil where compassion takes root. When we stop fighting its presence and simply feel it with an open heart, we begin to see what truly needs attention within ourselves. We see the hidden wounds, the unmet needs, the patterns that keep us isolated. And in that clear seeing, a profound shift happens. We realize that what we have been carrying alone is not unique. The same ache we feel in our own chest echoes in the hearts of countless others. This is the wisdom of Bodhicitta. It learns the lesson pain offers and then turns that learning into a bridge for others. It does not ignore the pain, but uses its truth to serve. Imagine a gardener tending a patch of earth after a storm. The soil is churned, broken, full of debris. Instead of despairing, the gardener kneels, feels the dampness of the earth, sees where roots were torn loose, and begins to gently mend the ground. They don't pretend the storm didn't happen. They work with its aftermath. They understand that the brokenness is not the end, but the necessary condition for new growth to take hold. This is how Bodhicitta works. The storm of pain is real, but the gardener's hands, steady and present, know how to nurture life from the very place where the storm struck. They use the lesson learned from the brokenness to tend the garden for others. So, take a moment now as the gentle rhythm of your breath steadies you. Let your mind settle. Think of one specific pain you have carried, a loss, a misunderstanding, a deep hurt. Not to dwell on the wound, but to ask, what did this pain teach me about my own heart? What need did it reveal that I now understand more clearly? And then, gently, consider, how can I carry this understanding forward? How might this lesson, learned in my own brokenness, help me to be a little more patient with someone else's struggle, to offer a kinder word, to simply be present without judgment when they feel the same ache? Write it down, not as a burden, but as a seed. This simple act of reflection is not about fixing yourself or others. It is about acknowledging the shared human experience, recognizing that our pain is not a private secret, but a common thread. It is the quiet practice of turning inward to find the wisdom that then flows outward. You are not alone in this. The pain you feel is a universal language, speaking of our shared vulnerability. And in that shared language, Bodhicitta finds its voice, the voice that says, I see your pain, I understand, and I will walk with you. This wisdom leads us to living Bodhicitta fully. When the ground of uncertainty shifts beneath us, it is easy to grasp for stability, to seek the firm footing of a single practice we can perform. But bodhicitta is not that grasp. It is the quiet understanding that wisdom and compassion are not separate from life's flow, but are the very water in which we swim. It is not something we add to our days like a new ritual, but the way we breathe, the way we see, the way we move through the ordinary moments. When we step outside on a morning with rain-soaked air, it is not about remembering to be compassionate. It is simply that the rain becomes a shared experience. And the small gesture of offering an umbrella to someone waiting at the bus stop is as natural as breathing. This is the integration, wisdom seeing the shared need, compassion moving without hesitation. Consider the quiet scene at the bus stop on a damp Tuesday. The rain falls steadily, and a woman huddles under a thin awning, her shoulders tense with the chill. You notice her not as a problem, but as a presence. You step closer, not with a grand gesture, but with a simple question, a shared umbrella held between you. In that moment, there is no separation between you and her. The rain is the same for both. The warmth of your presence, the offering without expectation, is bodhicitta. It is not a practice you performed, it is the natural unfolding of your awareness. It is the wisdom that sees no division, the compassion that acts without thought of self. This is how the path becomes not a destination, but the very ground beneath our feet. So at the close of your day, as the light softens, take a gentle pause. Do not ask, "Did I do enough?" Instead, ask softly, "How did I express bodhicitta today?" Not in the grand gestures, but in the small, quiet choices. Did you listen without planning your reply when someone spoke of worry? Did you pause before speaking when frustration rose, feeling the shared humanity in that moment? Did you offer a kindness without waiting for a reason? The answer may be as simple as a held door, a shared smile, or the space you gave to another's silence. It is not about perfection but presence. The reflection is not a checklist, but a gentle turning inward, a recognition that every moment holds the seed of awakening, if we are willing to see it. This integration is not about erasing uncertainty. It is about living within it with an open heart, knowing that even in the midst of the unknown, compassion finds its expression. The bus stop, the crowded street, the quiet room all become the same ground where wisdom and compassion meet. When we stop seeing life as a series of tasks to complete and begin seeing it as the unfolding expression of bodhicitta itself, the uncertainty no longer feels like a threat. It becomes the very space where our open heart can grow. This is how we live the path, not by seeking stability, but by embracing the flow, moment by moment, with the quiet courage of a heart that has learned to hold both the rain and the warmth. This integration leads us to live with an open heart in uncertainty. Life feels uncertain. The ground beneath us shifts, plans dissolve, and the future grows hazy. In these moments, We often clutch tightly to what we think we know, seeking safety in the familiar. But the path of Bodhicitta invites us to do something different. It asks us to open our hearts fully, not as a grand gesture, but as the simplest, most natural way to be. Living with an open heart means embracing uncertainty with courage and compassion, not as a threat to be overcome, but as the very ground where awakening grows. Bodhicitta is that open heart, the wisdom that sees uncertainty not as a barrier, but as the path itself. It is the gentle recognition that in the space of not knowing, we find the deepest connection to all beings who also wander in the unknown. This isn't about becoming fearless, it's about feeling the fear and choosing to remain open anyway, allowing compassion to flow through the cracks. Consider this simple Zen moment. A monk carefully pours tea for a guest. The cup slips, shatters on the floor. The monk does not flinch, does not sigh with frustration. He simply pauses, breathes, and says softly,
"Ah."
The cup was fragile. Then he picks up the pieces, cleans the spill, and pours a new cup. The uncertainty of the slip was not a problem to be solved, but a moment to be met with presence. The broken cup revealed the fragility of all things and the monk's own readiness to be present with it. This is Bodhicitta in action, not avoiding the fall, but seeing the beauty and the lesson within the falling itself. The space between the slip and the new pour is where compassion and wisdom meet. Now, take one moment of uncertainty you hold right now. Not a major crisis, but a small, quiet uncertainty in your ordinary day, a pending email, a quiet conversation ahead, a moment of not knowing what to say. Breathe. Notice the subtle tightening in your chest, the urge to push it away or fix it. Instead, gently place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth there. Ask yourself, what if this uncertainty is not an obstacle, but an invitation? What if the space I feel is not emptiness, but the very ground where my open heart can grow? Approach it not with the need to control, but with the simple willingness to be present with it. Just as the monk was present with the broken cup, see the uncertainty as a path, not a problem. Feel the compassion that naturally arises when you stop fighting the rain and simply feel the rain on your face. This practice is not about achieving a perfect state. It's about the small, repeated choices to soften, to open, to meet the unknown with the same tenderness you'd offer a friend. Each time you choose to hold uncertainty with an open heart, you are weaving the fabric of Bodhicitta into the very thread of your life. You are transforming the ordinary, the uncertain, into the sacred ground of your practice. You are remembering that peace is not found in a fixed point, but in the steady, open flow of being present right here, right now. This living with an open heart is the culmination of our journey, It is the seamless integration of all we have learnt. The quiet, profound truth that emerges when wisdom and compassion are no longer separate practices, but the very rhythm of our breathing. The ground beneath our feet, the open space where we meet life, uncertainty and all. As you breathe now, notice the quiet space between thoughts where uncertainty often feels sharp. Yet here, within this very moment, Bodhicitta unfolds not as a distant ideal, but as the gentle, steady rhythm of meeting life as it is. Wisdom is not something we grasp. It is the unfolding path of Bodhicitta in action. The continuous learning and growth that arises when we meet uncertainty, not with fear, but with open, compassionate presence. It is the shift from seeing the unknown as a threat to recognizing it as the very ground where tender courage blossoms. This is not about achieving calm, but about resting in the knowing that even in the midst of what feels unsteady, our capacity for compassion is already whole. The path is not ahead of us. It is the simple, clear step we take right now, with kindness, toward the next moment. Consider the quiet act of making tea on a day when the morning feels heavy. The kettle whistles, the water boils, and perhaps your mind is already racing with what might go wrong. Instead, you pause. You feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. Notice the steam rising in the cool air. Hear the soft sound of the water. You don't force the uncertainty to vanish. You simply meet it with the full attention of pouring the water, watching the leaves unfurl. This small act is wisdom in motion. It is the recognition that the tea, the steam, the quiet moment, these are not distractions from your practice. They are the practice itself. The uncertainty of the day remains, yet within this simple action, there is no separation between the practice and the life lived. The heart opens not because the situation changed, but because you met it with presence, without needing to fix it. This is how wisdom unfolds, not in grand gestures, but in the ordinary, repeated choice to meet the next moment with compassion. So, commit to one small step of wisdom each day. It might be noticing the tightness in your shoulders when worry arises, and taking one deep breath before reacting. It could be pausing to truly hear a friend's words without planning your reply. It might simply be observing the way sunlight falls on the wall, feeling the earth beneath your feet as you walk. These are not minor acts. They are the living expression of Bodhicitta. They are the daily return to the sacred ground of now, where every uncertain moment becomes an opportunity to remember your inherent openness. You're not trying to become wise. You are simply allowing the wisdom that is already present to flow through your actions, however small. This practice requires no special time or place. It happens in the space between the breaths, in the quiet attention to the ordinary. Let this be your anchor. Wisdom is the path itself, not a destination reached after the storm passes. It is the willingness to meet the uncertainty with a heart that says, "I'm here, I am open. I will not turn away. As you move through your day, notice where you hesitate, where you feel the pull of old habits. There, in that space, choose the small step. Choose the breath, the pause, the gentle attention. This is the unfolding path. This is the continuous learning that transforms the very texture of your life. It is not about having all the answers. It is about living the question with courage and compassion. And as you practice this daily, you will find that the uncertainty you once feared has become the fertile soil where your deepest wisdom takes root. This wisdom leads to the final reflection on your journey. As you sit here in this quiet space, notice the gentle rhythm of your breath. This moment, exactly as it is, holds the entire path. Your journey of Bodhicitta, the awakened heart's intention to serve all beings, is not a distant destination, but the unfolding of your very life, step by step, breath by breath. It is uniquely yours, woven through your own moments of doubt, connection, and quiet courage. There is no right pace, no perfect timing. Your path unfolds as naturally as a flower opening to the sun, neither rushed nor held back. Bodhicitta is not about grand gestures performed for others. It is the gentle, daily commitment to tend to your own heart with the same care you would offer a friend. It begins right here, with the simple act of meeting your own uncertainty with kindness. Serving others starts with understanding your own fragility, your own need for compassion. When you see your own suffering clearly, you see the suffering of all beings more deeply. This is the wisdom that grows in the fertile ground of uncertainty. Consider the quiet moment when a single raindrop falls on a still pond. It creates ripples that spread outward, touching the entire surface without force, without needing to be noticed. The water does not resist the drop, it simply holds it, transforming it into something larger. Your life is like that pond. Each moment of uncertainty, the question that lingers, the worry that arises, the moment you choose to pause instead of react, is not an interruption. It is the very water in which your Bodhicitta grows. The drop is not separate from the pond. It is the pond's way of expressing itself. Your practice is not to avoid the ripples, but to be the water that holds them with open-hearted presence. This is how wisdom becomes real, when you meet the ordinary, uncertain moments of your life, not as obstacles, but as the sacred ground itself. Take a moment now to write a letter to yourself, not to your future self, but to the person you were when you first began this journey of Bodhicitta. Acknowledge the small steps you have taken, the times you paused before speaking, the moments you chose kindness over judgment, the times you simply sat with discomfort without turning away. Write about the places where you felt lost, and how the simple act of breathing became your anchor. Write about the ways you have already served others by tending to your own heart. Be gentle with yourself as you write. This letter is not a record of perfection, but a testament to your unfolding courage. It is a way to honor the path that has already brought you here, to see the wisdom that has been growing in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. As you close this letter, feel the softness in your hands. This is the touch of Bodhicitta, present, real, and already living within you. Your journey continues not in some far-off place, but in the next breath, the next choice, the next moment of meeting uncertainty with an open heart. The path is not ahead, it is right here, in this very moment of your life, unfolding as only you can unfold it. As you close this chapter, the path continues.